well, hiking when I also want to be a voice actor. But I make conflicts, but the main thing I use voice acting for myself personally is I actually use it to put myself in the shoes of my character, so when I lay out my panels, I know exactly how crazy it would be, or...
Yeah, everything helps.
Yeah.
Everything helps. The objective.
Yeah.
Like, I used to draw. I was real good at that, and then music came along, and I dropped art for just playing music. It was much more of an immediate fix to me, because I had to deliver it. I wasn't a genius at art, you know?
Yeah, actually, it's similar. I was doing music all through high school, but...
Yeah.
It just... Cartoons was just something I did since I was 5, and it just made more sense to me.
Well, I'm listening to you, and you probably don't think you have much of a range, but anybody can have a range if they know where to go.
Right.
They realize what their throat can do.
Right.
If you can suck wind in, like, then it sounds like a wind character or something.
Well, I was like to say that...
Did you do any other kinds of weather?
Well, you definitely didn't know what
Shaggy's gonna ask him if he does Shaggy.
Who? I wonder if Shaggy's gonna ask him if he voiced Shaggy. Like school!
I hate to be that guy asking you to do like certain voices. I don't know if this is too tough or if this is Hercules Pro, but remember that Stimpy's invention?
Yes.
Okay. Where he's shuffling the glitter box and he's like, "See how I know? Eat his cows!"
That was not my portrayal. Friend, that was in the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
That was decent.
Yeah, you didn't deny the laugh.
But I what?
You didn't deny the laugh, right?
I did, when there was this crazy maniacal laugh, I pinch hit.
Yeah.
Because nobody else could be that crazy.
Okay.
You know, when it was those rewards, I didn't spend youth that day, that's all. You know, it was just like... Well, that was in a George Licker cartoon, too, the Lost episode.
Yeah,
Man's Best Friend. It was frightening. It bothered me because I had a dad that was just like that.
Oh, gosh.
You know, he'd order you to get up on the couch, and then he'd scream at you, "What did I tell you about going on the couch? Get up!" And then you were like, your head just bouncing off the walls. Like, what do I do? What am I supposed to do? Who am I? What am I? I don't even know.
Sounds like my day, too.
We'll commiserate over a whiskey somewhere.
Thank you.
Sure thing. Thanks. I'm doing all right. I'm not bleeding from any holes. I must be doing okay.
So as many years as you've been voices, if you had a favorite character you portray, what would you replace it?
Oh boy. That's a tough one. Yeah, it is. It really is. Because you put like 1,000% into everything. I didn't want anything to go away. I guess one of the biggest challenges was when I was doing Space Jam and I was doing Bugs Bunny.
When I got the book with Michael Jordan down, the closest thing to a religious ticket that they had. And there's a cowboy. Goodbye.
So that is my favorite voice that I didn't come up with. And I said to myself, let's face it, all the best work was done before any of us was born. And I knew that going in. You're not going to be the next Mel Blanc by doing Mel Blanc voices. The period of Mel Blanc, you have your own set of skills and you just have to tap into something that people like for whatever reason. And, but it was just so funny, when I was doing that, everybody was popping in the door going, he sounds too Jewish. Thank you. And then somebody else would come in and he's like,
He's not sweet enough. He's supposed to be sweet.
how can you use a class act? What are you talking about? You can't explain that to somebody. That's their perception of your character. So shut up. And then somebody else will come in and he's like, he needs to be more Brooklyn. He's real tough. And it was just like when I went across the Navy Street there when I was 16 years old. Some idiot came over and taught me how to build a sawhorse. And he taught me how to pound a nail. And I was doing it this way. And then another guy shows up on the table. What the hell are you doing? I said, I'm pounding a nail. You know, and he's like, oh, geez, you're way wrong. So he comes in and shows me how to pound a
He
nail.
sounds like Peter.
And I did it his way, and then I swear to God, another guy comes one and goes, don't know how to nail a nail, do you? I was like, no, I guess not. You show me how it's done. Yeah, right. I don't know dummies building saws. I'm going to have to stand on that thing one day. So he showed me how to do it. And it was the same thing as those people coming in and telling me how far the bar is supposed to go. I just gave the director exactly what he wanted. That's the only person you can listen to. You know, and I had a lot of fun doing it. But it was a challenge because there's no way we can replace Mel Holland. It takes like crowds of voiceover people to replace what he single-handedly did. And I've been lucky enough to work with June Foray, who was in all the Warner Brothers cartoons. She played all those fairy princesses and old hags. And she's like, to hear her talking, she's 95 now. Yeah, and I've worked with her a lot of things. She was the voice of Rocky the Flying Squirrel, and Natasha, No Good Nick, and millions of voices. And when I first met her, she's this little bit of a thing. And I'm kind of diminutive, so she made me look like a giant. And I shook hands with her. This is June Foray. I said, I know. How are you, Miss Foray? But I kept shaking her hands, and I wouldn't let her go. You know, suddenly you just forget where we are. And I realized I was doing that, so I said to her, instead of being embarrassed, I said, you know, I'm not going to let you go. What are you going to do about it? And I said, I want to take you home with me. I want to pick you up right now and bring you home with me. And I want to just be with you forever. And she went, oh. But she is 95 and she still comes to work when they have her come in for the Grammy. And man, you know, that's kind of a cool thing to just keep doing if you can do it. Maybe I'll do it. But that was like, it was fun. But it wasn't anything I came up with, but doing the Bugs character was fun. Thank you so much. Sure. Oh, and then my flood. I've been hired a lot to do him for that Geico commercial.
Be very quiet. I'm not doing it well.
And the director said, cut. And he's like looking at him, and the director goes, it's rabbits. You know, and he keeps going back and forth with him. And then I get mad and I storm off the set and I go,
This director is beginning to look me the wrong way.
Full commercial though, they made it look exactly like the intro from the 40s cartoon. So much fun. You never know what you're going to walk into. And you don't always get the edgy voices. You know, a lot of times you'll be hired to just be some straight-laced announcer doing a 3-hour industrial, in-house production for some company. They want to show it at their drunken Christmas party. But it's all the same. I have like a journeyman attitude about it. You just go in, tools that you can use and you use them. Hopefully you did a great enough job for them to come back. So there you are. Thanks so much. Sure. Hi, Dave. Lady in mind, yes, I know it is.
All the names are the same from all your characters. What was probably your favorite?
The not sure ifs. Except they don't play that music sting. Like, not sure if, and then they go like, I don't remember a lot of them, but people were making them up left and right. I saw them all, and I said, this is crazy. Meme isn't something new, by the way. A meme is like if you were listening to your radio blasting on the way to work, and you pull in and you go, all right, turn off the thing. And all day long in your job, that song is still playing in your head, and you can't get it out of your head. I guess that's what a meme was really supposed to be, and then it became all pop cultural things that just stick to you, whether you want them or not, and next thing you're doing it. The best one was those. I like those.
Well, thank you, Becky.
Thank you very much.
Hello?
I hope I don't bore you with this, but we touched upon it in the earlier talk. In a few months of transition between Spunko turning into games animation, exactly how tense did that get? Because I have heard reports of things getting almost like West Side Story / The Warriors, where
Full Metal Jacket.
yeah, I heard like physical altercations, speaking matches,
Shrinks having to come in and intervene.
I mean, just what was your take on that?
I wanted nothing to do with it. You know, I wasn't taking anybody's sides. I was a hired gun. That's all I know. I got paid to come in there and knock everybody on their ass, and that's
So you were pretty much trying to like almost be a mediator, or just you were
no. I said all factions want you to be on their side. And, today's the day you're not going to be on their side. Sorry. You know. And there is a book out there. You'll probably love it. It's been released. It's the unofficial Ren and Snippy. It's a big chronicle of the whole thing, and I can tell you firsthand from what I know that it's so true. It's unbelievable what happened. This kid, I don't know. It's like he was following us around, but he had to be 7. You know, and he couldn't have been. But he wrote a damn good book. He's a hell of a writer. I just was asking him random questions, and then that's that. And he put it in college paper. No, he wrote this entirely full book, and he talked to everybody. Everybody and anybody who's involved in that show he talked to.
Yeah, I was like reading a lot of the animation, the professional grade animation magazines around the time, and I was like getting these like sidebar blurbs that were saying, oh, there was a fight in Nickelodeon Studios, or there was a string match, there was like people getting sued, like in 5 different directions, and yeah, I just wanted.
No, it's like, you know what it would have been like if we stayed there? It's like in a pool hall, and somebody throws a punch, next thing you know, they're all throwing punches at each other, and then this fight cloud starts with planets and stars and Roman numerals and, you know, dust, and I would crawl up. You know, I didn't want anything to do with that stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, because it wasn't my place, actually. You know, I wasn't going to go to war for anybody.
Yeah, I know. You were just there if they could work.
Yeah, but I had to get myself together. I wasn't all that together. You know? I mean, I had to spend from just like becoming sober. I was a drug addict and an alcoholic for like, I don't know how many years, more than a decade. And I quit everything like 28 years ago. So I was like new. I didn't know what it was like to be out at 7:30 at night, sober, for like the greater part of my adult life. You know, I'm not making jokes about it. It was horrible. It was hideous. But I was a musician, and that's where all that junk got started. And that was what I did. But, you know, to be clean and then all of a sudden be sucked into this turbulence. And this reminds me of the house I grew up in. You know, and I just wanted nothing to do with it.
If I can ask that, how many years have you been
Almost 28.
And
Thank you. You know, because you do understand now, a lot of creative people are missing things in their development. And the first one to say it is I was kind of geeky. I mean, back in the 50s when I grew up, you couldn't save anything. There was no way you could capture anything from television to show somebody who hadn't seen it. You couldn't have your own little version of anything. I never dreamt in my lifetime there'd be some screen that you could pop up and watch. I feel like watching the beginning of, you know, I don't know, some old cartoon that you haven't seen in 50 years, and then there it is. That was the dream. So what the next best thing was, artists so badly wanted to play the home game of something they thought was cool, and they would either learn to draw it, or they would learn to sound like it. And when I got my first reel-to-reel tape recorder, you know, brown tape, yeah, I mean, there were concessions in 68, and I switched over, but all my reel-to-reels had deteriorated because I listened to reams and reams of television dialogue. You know, while I was going to bed, I was getting my covers. And I listened to episodes that I had taped of The Man from U.N.C.L.E., which was Spy Show. You know, that guy was my role model. I didn't have him. So I took this guy to the casino, like, and going the car. That's for him. Hey, that's for me, you know. So I lived in that.